Welcome back to the hangar. At the end of my last video, I said I was going to be doing some more videos on some minor improvements to the aircraft, where I was going to rebuild some things and make it a little bit better. Well, it turns out I get to do a whole lot more. About 6 weeks ago, I had a fuel leak flying back from Bessemer and ran out of gas at 3,000 feet, which means I had to land pretty much right below me. Where that gas leak came from, we suspect it was the bottom of the fuel tank, that barb that comes out. When I say we, that's me and the federal government. Anyhow, I wound up putting her on top of a tree and she came down and, well, I broke a rib and got some stitches. But other than that, we're doing great. The plane did what she was supposed to do. So for the next couple of videos, we'll be taking her apart and putting her back together because, hey, I've got an N number and a data plate and a repairman certificate. So naturally, we're going to get her back to flying. But let's take a little tour and see what's good and what's bad. All right, first off, let's talk about what's really good. That is the top wing. And as you can see, about the only damage to it is that broken bow at the end. Otherwise, she's in pretty good shape. The same can be true for the wing on the other side. I mean, she took a branch right through there by that roundel, but it doesn't go through to the other side. It's just a branch. Now, the fuselage. Oh, I forgot to talk about what else is good. Let's walk around. We'll get to this a little later on. Here is the rudder. It is untouched. There's the tail feathers. That's the horizontal stab, and the elevator, and it too is untouched. I mean, look at that. That's crazy. It's a 1 in a million, right? You want to see something really crazy? Here's the prop. Let me flip that over. Apart from some dirt. Oh no, there's some scratches. May have to have Elena go look at that. But basically, this prop looks pretty darn good, right? Both the wheels are good. Landing gear is, well, it's kind of dorked up. And when we come down here, this is where it gets really interesting. Here's the inside of the fuselage. As you can see, there's a whole lot of good that's with this. All right, so it's kind of worked up. You come forward. There's that seat. We're going to improve this design. That's probably why I broke the rib, because the seat and the restraints were all together. But it looks like the controls are pretty much okay. Come around, some of those stringers look fine. Controls are okay. That looks pretty horrible. Gas tank. No. So let's talk about what's bad. Alright, so these left side wings, which collapse beautifully and saved my life. Look, that aileron's pretty good shape too. What the hell? That should be like in a million pieces. Interplane strut's okay. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. Alright, that lower wing is trash. Look at that pitot tube. How in the world did it bend like that? That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So obviously the spar is toast. but some of the ribs look okay. The control horn looks all right. Wheel looks okay, flat tire. And here's where we get to the concerns. This is going to be an engine teardown, obviously, because in addition to the cowl being goofed up, we come down here and we see, yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. So we'll have to pull this engine. Looks like the engine mount got bent. Yeah. So, quick bolt out. So at this point, I'm a little bit stymied. I've got to do a couple things. One, I got to take a break, drink some water, kind of drip myself wet. But I've got to get this engine off, which means I really need to pick up the other side. Now, I could take the baffling off, lift the whole aircraft with the engine, and then prop something underneath it. No, I could. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take a real quick break. Because, hey, if anybody ever asks you if you'd like a broken rib, you tell them no. Just no. You don't want it. But anyway, let me take a break, and that's what I'll do.
Now the fabric's off, let me talk about what's good and bad again. Right? The green means good, the red means bad. And it looks more like the four longerons, that's the spines of the aircraft, looks like they bent, and the tubes that go across diagonally were ones that really took the beating. There's a whole lot good left of this airplane, including those stringers that go up the turtle deck there. 3 of the 5 are untouched. One of them is repairable, and the other one I can use for other things. But the real concern is as we get up here to the engine. And this could be bad or really bad, because as we can see, when it hit, it broke that intake. That is a bad thing. And that little bolt right there looks like it might be bent. If it's bent all the way through and ovalized the head here, I got to replace the head. Man, that's $350. Bent that exhaust tube, not too excited about it, but here, the intake tube where the carb goes in is also bent. So, it looks like it's going to be more than just a tear down and inspect. Well, I might be a repairman, that doesn't mean I can't forget to put my microphone on. So, look, I'm going to dub myself. What I'm talking about here is that, hey, this airplane, she saved my life. She did a great job. And so, yeah, we're going to put her back together. She's a good plane. She's a solid plane. And by Jiminy, we just got to have some fun with it. So join me on the journey and we'll see what we can do.